Hey guys, welcome to the Tough Puff. This is Daniel speaking. Today we're going to go over a Wobbuffet Bats Mewtwo deck, and the idea is one that has been around for a while. The Wobbuffet with Bats with Next Destiny's Mewtwo, but this is standard format where Next Destiny's Mewtwo isn't around. So we decided to replace him with Mewtwo Y. Where is he? There we go. With Mega Mewtwo EXY. So it's a little bit different, but it's still the same sort of concept. Like you're doing damage with Wobbuffet and Bats while setting up a Mewtwo to do X balls. You don't have the luxury of Side Drive for only 2 energies like you did in the other one, which is what made it, you know, so good. But you have a couple new options. So let's get into it. So first we have 4 Wobbuffet. The idea is to shut off Shaman's setup. So we have 4 Zubat, 4 Golbat, 3 Crobat. So you're running a 4-4-3 line because you can do 170 damage max if you were to evolve each of them. And with Wobbuffet, he does 10 plus 10 damage for each damage counter on your opponent's active. So you're doing 170 max, but in order to knock out an EX, you only need to do 80. You only need to do 80. So basically, just 1 Golbat and 2 Crobats get the job done, or all 4 Golbats. So there's different ways to do it, to set it up, so that these guys get knockouts. And then you throw in the Shatter Shot Mewtwo, the Photon Wave Mewtwo, and then 2 Psychic Infinity Mega Mewtwo EXYs. So you're hitting just a bunch of damage late game after you've started hitting guys early game. And you're not worried about Manectric EX because for their 2 energies and your 2 energies, you're hitting 130. And then you're hitting that damage, so you know that knockout is going to come easy. You're not worried about Sceptile for the same reason. Yeah, you can't use Crobat because of Theta Stop, but use Psychic Infinity and just smash them. Some other options are Photon Wave against Vespiquen and Night March turn 1. Makes it a bit tougher for them to knock you out. You have Cyburn for 120, which is essentially Side Drive, but it takes 3, so that's, you know, kind of iffy. You have Shatter Shot, 30 damage times the amount of Psychic Energy attached to this Pokemon. So by turn 3, you can hit 90. You know, it's not that good an attack, but the idea is that you're hitting big damage like Psychic Infinity does, but it's it actually applies weakness, because Psychic Infinity says it doesn't apply weakness. And then Damage Change, which is the big one. Switch all damage counters on this Pokemon with those on your opponent's active Pokemon. So the Pokemon are pretty straightforward. There's not much going on there. Oh, I forgot one. Shaman EX. Just one. Because you're going to have Wobbuffet as your active most of the game. And once you start hitting with Mewtwo's, or if you started a Zubat turn 1, or, you know, whenever you want, just go ahead, drop down that Shaman and set up. So we had to include one. There's no point in not playing them just because of Wobbuffet. So now for trainers, we have 4 Sycamore, 2 Birch. Because there's so many Wobbuffets and Crobats, we run an Ace Trainer. You're most likely going to be able to play it throughout the whole game. A Tierno, which is the weird one. You have so many Bats in your hand, and you have so little energies. Almost every card in this deck is like a card that you want to play. So we run a Tierno so that it's possible to draw cards without having to discard some of the good stuff in your hand at the same time. So Tierno's up for debate, but it's a decent card. Excuse me. We run a Bridget. Search out 3 Zubats, search out 2 Zubats and a Wobbuffet. You know, you have 8 searchable non-EX basics in the deck, so a Bridget was mandatory. And also the ability to search out one basic Pokemon EX is good to grab, that Mewtwo or that Shaman. 2 Lysander, you know, every deck should have 2 Lysander. And then lastly 1 AZ, because AZ bodes well with Crobat. It's just a decent combo. Next we have 4 VS Seeker. VS Seeker standard. You could go down to 3, throw in another supporter if you want, but I mean, you have such a diverse count of supporters that it's probably best to save it 4. We only have 3 Super Scoop Up. I thought 4 would be good. That's an option if you want to change the deck around, but 3, 1 AZ, 4 VS Seeker seems to be fine. 3 Ultra Ball, because like I said earlier, it's kind of tough deciding what to discard, what not to discard. 1 Repeat Ball, because you have like just look at the Pokemon line: 4 Wobs, 2 Mewtwo's, 1 of each, whatever. You're probably only gonna have 1 out during the game anyways. 3 Bats, 4 Golbat, 4 Zubat. Like you have the same looking guys everywhere. So Repeat Ball, you know, Repeat Ball works out. We have 2 Muscle Band. I was debating a 3rd, but it's tough because we play 2 Mewtwo Spirit Link. So you could go down to 3 Muscle Band, 1 Mewtwo Spirit Link, or you know, you could do whatever you want with that. What else do we have? 1 Escape Rope. It's since we play Mystery Energy, it's kind of your 1 switch card, but it's not a switch, you know. Like usually in decks where you have where you have different ways of switching and retreating to the point that you don't necessarily need a switch, I would still run an Escape Rope because it's sort of a free Lysander. It's just a really good card, and Escape Rope can take something out of your opponent's active, force up something weird. Like for example, against Vespiquen, if their bench is full of Shamans and stuff, you can force 1 up, keep their Vespiquen on their bench, and then send up Wob, and then they can't use like stand-in on Zoroark, you know, stuff like that. Like they're just interesting plays you could do with Escape Rope. It's a great card. 1 Sacred Ash to shuffle in all your bats in case you do have to discard them. 3 Dimension Valleys. Because everyone in your deck's Psychic, so it helps you attack with 1 energy. For Wobbuffet, it helps you skill dive and swoop across for free. It helps Psychic Infinity take only 1 energy, so you're hitting 10 plus 30 for each energy in play for only 1 energy, which is kind of ridiculous. That 1 could even be a mystery, so Dimension Valleys are good. I would run 4 if I could, but instead I'm trying out a Shrine of Memories. Each player's evolved Pokemon can use any attacks from its previous evolutions. The idea behind this is obviously to swing with Shatter Shot and Damage Change randomly, and Photon Wave or Cyburn if you have to, mostly for damage change, because you have 210 HP. When you take like 180 damage, you just take it all off. If they're not capable of one-shotting your Pokemon, then they're going to be in for a troubling time. So there's that. And then lastly, we have the energies for you. We just have 3 Psychics, 3 Mysteries, and a double colorless. The idea behind these is I wanted 4 Mysteries, but Enhanced Tamer's big and standard right now, so is 0-6. So 3 Mysteries will have to do in favor of a 3rd basic Psychic. And then we could have put a 4th Psychic or a 4th Mystery, but I decided for double colorless energy because it's for Psychic Infinity, and to set up that Cyburn for 120. Double colorless is just, you know, a decent card all around in this deck, and I don't feel that you can omit it. Like you have to have at least a 1 of. So that's what we have. So yeah, this is the rough draft list. It's not, well, it's probably not the best possible list. If you guys have any feedback, let us know. If you guys think you can make the list a little bit better, if you have 1 of your own. Maybe if you feel the Bats isn't the way to go with Mewtwo and you have a different Mewtwo, just let us know in the comments below. But yeah, so this is what we have. This is what we're working with. We'll update it in the future, let you guys know, as we go along. And thanks again, guys, for checking out the Tough Puff. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Go like our Facebook page. We're gonna have a 500 subscriber giveaway soon. We're hoping to hit 1,000 subscribers by Christmas. So if we can manage that, then we'll give something away. So yeah, so just go ahead and check that out, guys. Thanks again. See you next time.